Hello, good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me? I hope so. Hold on a minute. I'm still messing around with this restream. It's such a pain in the ass. But anyway, all right. So I hope everybody's had a good day. Mine's been the day from hell, hence the avatar. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see. Okay. Hello, Sons of Italy. Jane. Carol, Heidi Black, how are you? Oh, I've been listening to you, Heidi. I just want you to know that. Do you always come on when I can't get, to put my 2 cents in, especially about Diddy and what is it, 90 Day Fiance? Oh my God, that Angela. Seriously. Hey, Bambi and Carol. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Let's get to it, shall we? All right. So first thing I want to say, hang on, let me pull up YouTube because I can see the chat better there. Hang on, let me fix this. Hey, Bambi. Hang on, oh God, hang on a minute. Okay, so let's see. All right, there we go. I got rid of YouTube. Okay, hi Tina Beagle, Jane Perry. Okay, Montauk, how are you? Deadly, how you doing, darling? I'm glad you're feeling better, Deadly. Oh my God. That's why listen, people, if you ever get an infection, go to the dentist, because if you get, it can go to your heart. Oh my God. Anyway, so let me get started. I wanted to address a couple of things before I get started. Now, the pizza and stand-up guy war, where do I stand on it? I actually stand nowhere. Because in my, from what I've seen, they do this every few months. They get into these big fights. They're vicious with each other, tearing each other down. And then you look round and they're friends again, And so they're both doing the same thing to each other, really. It's all kind of relative. Hey, Richie, it's all relative, really. They're doing the same thing to each other. It's not right to put up his brother. His brother's a priest, for heaven's sake. But then it's also not right to go after stand-up guy's wife. So it's tit for tat, and I don't stand anywhere in it, actually. It's their argument. They'll get over it, which I'm sure that they will. So I won't be commenting on that at all anymore. So that's where I am with it. The other thing is little Nikki. Okay, I just have to make myself very clear. All right, my petition has nothing to do with you. It's not about you. You are not included in it. Everything I've had to say, or what I've said about your treatment of Bambi and the other women, is what I've had to say. And that's that. That I've said what I had to say. This petition wasn't, you were the catalyst, because I thought, well, here comes another one. We can't take another freaking arsehole on here tearing down the women every 5 minutes. We've had years of that. You were the catalyst. You doing what you did made me think of it, but it's not about you specifically. And what I understand is, you and Bambi have made peace. That's fine. She texted me yesterday, I think, and said you two had, made up, as it always happens on here anyway. And, that's fine. That's great. One less person to argue with, isn't it? So you two have made peace. Whatever your argument was is done with, hopefully, and over and done with. And that's that. I don't have anything against you personally. I don't even know you. But I just didn't like how you did it. But then, and I listened to a bit of Deadly's show actually last night, and you were on there. And hold on just 1 second, people. Let me let these dogs in. They're out there barking their asses off. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I'm leaving them out there. Anyway, you kind of here you are, you sounded like sensible most of it, and then you're sitting in a wife beater, and then you start calling Maureen and Angela bitches and whatever. You know, the irony, oh, the irony, it was not lost on me for real. You know, when you think about it, you know, this petition is about one asshole in particular who has threatened sexual, physical violence against men and women in this forum. He's talked about digging up people's graves, pissing on their graves, using dead relatives, you know, some real heinous, degenerate shit. And, you know, MRE doesn't like bringing this up, but I have to bring it up because I think it was one of the worst things I've ever seen, is when his sister died and they arranged a meet and greet at the funeral parlor. I mean, what kind of sick degenerate would even think of that? I don't know. That was one of the worst things that I've seen. There's been way more. I mean, Angel's little brother, little Frankie, who, you know, that was a horrible accident. They've used him. They've used her father, who's deceased, her brother, who's deceased. I mean, it's just never ending, you know, and that's what this petition is about, you know, as well as myself, of course. I've been threatened with all kinds of crap, you know, but it isn't just about me. It's about, you know, if you read the petition, you know, 47% of people go through this, and it shouldn't be. And I think YouTube need to do something about it. So it's not about you. You're not on the list of, you're not on the hit list, if you will. You're not, you know, and if you and Bambi have made up, great. And, you know, the other thing is, you said something about Maureen being a cop or something. Hi, Charles Sullivan. Hello. And Muggsy, how are you, darling? So, you know, even if she is a cop, so what? You know, who cares? You know, Maureen is very thorough when she does her little investigations. She could be. I honestly don't know if she is or if she isn't, you know, and I don't care if she is or she isn't. But you were saying something about Angela, you know, they're bitches because Angela vouched for her. This is not the mob. You know, this is mob tube. It's not the mob. And so Angela vouched for her. You know, my question to you is, you know, you said something about you were talking to Maureen and, you know, you were started confiding in her. This is about after a week. Now, a big mistake on here is to befriend people in that way and then start telling them all your extracurricular activities anyway, right? I don't know a connected guy or a wise guy or street guy or whatever that would start confiding in someone after about a week of knowing them because somebody said they were okay. You know, you have to get to know people on here. There are people on here I trust implicitly. I can count them on one hand as far as creators, you know, and I've known them a long time. So that's where you build trust. You don't build trust within a week and start telling people, you know, all your extracurricular activities. You know, that's a you problem. That's not a Maureen problem. If you understand what I'm saying, you know. You just don't do that. So it's not Angela's fault. It's not Maureen's fault. It's your fault because you don't, you know, you shouldn't confide in people immediately when on here, especially on here, because you never know. You know, you might piss them off. Next thing you know, all your business is everywhere. So, you know, and I've seen that over and over and over again. So, you know, that's just the way it is. Anyway, so, you know, it doesn't make Angela a bitch and it doesn't make Maureen a bitch. You know, I'm just saying. So enough is enough of that. Please all sign and donate to the petition to help push it forward if you can donate, even if it's $1. Only if you're able. If you're not, it's no problem. Your signature is good enough. And let me just tell you, I looked at it today, as over 100 signatures already. It's been shared all over the place. And some of the signatures I was really surprised by. And I'd like to thank those people. I'm not going to say who they are, but thank you. It was a bit of a shock, actually, a few of those names I saw on there. But, it is for, a good cause at the end of the day. We shouldn't come on here and have to be, ridiculed and have your family, your dead relatives and all this crap, threatened to be raped and beaten and all this stuff. That shouldn't happen. What's on YouTube should stay on YouTube, and YouTube really need to start clamping down on these people that do that. It's really that simple, So, donate if you can. If you can't, signature's good enough, and let's push this petition forward. I've shared it on several platforms with domestic violence, the online abuse platforms. I'm going to send it to the LGBT community. I'm pushing it anywhere I can, so that's what's happening there. And the more donations that are put to it, even if it's $1, that pushes it forward. It pushes it all to the groups. Okay, so let me go to the chat for a second before I get on to my next thing. Okay. Angela says, that guy is delusional and lives in a world that doesn't exist. Trust me, I know. Second, I couldn't care less what Romana calls me. I knew it was a joke when he asked me to ask a friend to give him 500K. What? $500,000? Okay. Charles says, Muggsy Siegel, he's a fake, so of course anything he posts is fake. He posted a pic from New York undercover 1998. Okay. Let's see. Plenty of people have seen my stuff. I don't have to prove anything to any. Okay, I don't even know what that's about. Yeah. Hey, Heidi. Yeah, I'm going to try and make one of your lives for sure. Okay. I listen, but I can't always, because you're usually on when I'm at work. Anyway, so let me push on here. Hold on. So let's get to the infamous paperwork. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it, I thought, wait, what's this? Wow, what is this? And I looked at it, and I looked at it again, and there were several things that kind of jumped out to me that I just thought, this is a load of shit, to be honest. At first glance, it looked legit, but then on closer inspection, the first thing I noticed was it wasn't signed by the reporting officer, and on the approving officer, there were space for two signatures, and neither one was signed. And so it would have been signed. It would have to be signed if it's totally, in the record or whatever. Why it wasn't signed, I can't think why not. I don't get that. I know that seems insignificant, but it would have been signed. Oh, the approving officer, that's what I was trying to think of. It wasn't signed by the approving officer or the reporting officer. And if this was a real legit thing, it would have been signed. Hi, David, how are you? So anyway, if he's insisting it's real, okay, let's just say it is. It clearly says on the top of it, no crime involved. No crime involved. So in reality, that means, so that's that. There was no crime, right? So I listened to some of his show yesterday. I didn't go through all of it. I watched as much as I could because I had to be up early, but I listened to a good part of it, maybe a third of it. And he was saying, there are two scumbags on here, women, I guess they are. I don't know who he was talking about, but he said that they had were saying that the woman that reported this was bitter and, doing it out of spite. And he seemed really angry about that, because he was saying they had no proof, there's no evidence, no evidence whatsoever that she did this and blah, blah, blah. And, I think what he fails to realize, or maybe he does, I don't know, but the same way there's no evidence that she did do it in spite, there's no evidence that she didn't, right? So, it's kind of a wash for us that. And I think the first thing that kind of stuck out to me too was, he gave Harold props for producing this paperwork. Now, this is the same man that has scammed communities for years. Jehovah's Witness, old folk, the snake community, the fish community. He put up doctored pics of his computers, and then someone's found the same pic on the internet. So I don't see how you can take anything he put up as credible, which he did respond to that and say that, okay, he went to the state office or state troopers or wherever the hell it is they keep this information, and he went along and confirmed it. Well, what I'm surprised about with that is he didn't document that trip, that would have been something that he should have documented so we can see he actually went. I mean, basically, we've just taken his, I'm not saying he didn't, I'm not saying he did, but basically, we've just taken his word, excuse me, that he actually went, Normally, he's very thorough. When he went to the courthouse for John A. Light, he documented it, did he not? So, hold on a second. Yeah, I'm just adding a few moderators here while I see you in here. Hey, Maddie, how are you? Oh, hey, what happened to Angela? Hang on. Yeah, sorry about that, Angela. I don't know what's... Okay. I think I did that. Okay, I did that, yeah. Oh, Heidi. Let me get Heidi. Okay, hold on one second. So, as I said, he's normally very thorough. And I don't understand why he wouldn't have documented that. And in a way, that's really neither here or there, let me say. So another thing he kept saying was he's credibly accused. He's credibly accused. And he must have said that like 50,000 times. And, my question to that is, if there was no crime involved, how was he credibly accused? That makes absolutely no sense to me. And he's, he kept kind of saying that, and I'm thinking, how the hell is he credibly accused if there's no crime? It says on the paper, the same paper that he says is legit, which is really weird to me, Anyway, so when he was talking about these two scumbag women now, saying that they're being bitter and spiteful, saying that the woman was bitter and spiteful, I think, and probably he must know this. I've seen it over and over and over again, where, people go through contentious divorces. They don't want the other party to have custody. So they'll accuse the other party of molestation, physical abuse in order to secure custody and control over visitation. 9 times out of 10, they want supervised visits, blah, blah, blah. You know, they want to be in control of it. You know, and preferably where they can't see the kid at all. Many women have done that. I've seen it over and over. You can go on YouTube and look at it. You really can, right? And so that's just something that happens. So that could have happened here. You know, there's no evidence to say that didn't happen, because the brother was going through a contentious divorce. I don't know, or the breakup, whatever it was. I don't know if they're still together or not. And okay, she didn't accuse her husband, but she accused his brother, right? And in that, I saw I read a little bit of the first restraining order, and it was, or was it the second one? I don't know. But both restraining orders were filed by the same woman. In between, you know, there was some time lapse in between them, but one of them I read said that he had, you know, violated it because his brother was still leaving the child with, you know, Nick. So she was complaining about that. And then again, nothing happened. You know, my other question is, and you know, that I don't get, is when the first one was filed, where's CPS report? Where is the CPS report? Because the CPS would have been all over that, all over it. That's a given. They have to. So there's no CPS report. There's nothing really. You know, basically what we're seeing in front of us is somebody filed a report saying he'd done X, Y, and Z, and it looks like they looked at it and there's no crime involved. That's what that looks like, you know. CPS would have been all over that. There's no CPS report. There doesn't seem to have been CPS involvement, which is very strange to me, you know, because I think they would have been heavily involved in that. You know, the bottom line is it may have been reported, but it was clearly unfounded, or it was without merit, or he would have faced charges. He would have faced charges, and there'd be charges, and there'd be a conviction, and then he would have gone to prison. So where is that? You know, because I think it's all very well, you know, to come out and put up a report that somebody put on you. For example, you know, I could say Bambi is doing X, Y, and Z, you know. You know, something to that effect, as far as, you know, diddling with a kid or whatever, right? I could, or look at child porn, let's say. You know, they have a duty to go out there and you know, investigate that. They have a duty to, and there's going to be a report, no? You know, there's going to be a report. So that report is just there. It's unsigned. It's just sitting there. You know, and the other thing to that, he did make mention, he said that when he went down there were over 200 pages which were sealed, you know, sealed records. So essentially, what I got from what he was saying, and I mean, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I got from what he was saying was that Nick ratted on whoever. I mean, we don't know who. There's no evidence that he ratted on anyone. I don't think anyone went to prison or anything like that. He's supposed to have ratted on somebody, and that the FBI or the firearms people said, okay, well, don't worry about, you know, molesting the kid. Don't worry about the child porn, and don't worry about the 15 bombs that you surrounded yourself with. You told us about Mr. X, whoever it was he's supposed to have added on. So you can just go home, don't worry about it. Right? That's what I'm getting from that. So he said there were over 200 pages of sealed records. So I find it mighty odd that they're going to tell him this, it's okay, you've read it, great. And they sealed 200 pages when there were really 201. They sealed 200 pages, but they left this one page out. I mean, think about that. It doesn't even it's ridiculous. So they've got 200 pages of all his bombs and kiddie porn and molestation and all this stuff, but they leave one page out. Does that make sense to you? Because it just doesn't to me, Anyway, so that's my opinion on the paperwork. Okay, that's my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but those are the questions. And, as I've said before, it's all very well to get up here and accuse someone of something, but if you know there were, what's the outcome? What was the outcome of it? And if you know what the outcome is, I think it's also your responsibility, the same way, because he was saying he wasn't going to say anything about something or another, and someone said, no, you need to know. You need to know that people need to know what he's about, blah, blah, blah. So he did it that night. Okay. Then you also have the responsibility that if you do know the outcome and there were no charges filed, there was no crime involved, etc., then it's your responsibility to let people know that too. What I was hearing was just very one-sided. He was credibly, questioned credibly. Well, it wasn't credible, clearly, because if it were credible, he'd have some sort of prison record, and I don't believe for one second that the FBI or the firearms people or whoever it was, that investigated this would say to him, okay, don't worry about, everything else, carry on, we'll make it go away. And then they leave one page out from the 200. So really, there should be 201 in my opinion. But anyway, and I just wonder if he's not letting his hatred of him get in the way, because you have to admit, Chris, there were no charges brought for child molestation or child porn. But in my opinion, sorry, I was just getting over a cold, really. In my opinion, your hatred of him won't allow you to even acknowledge that. But you would still accuse him of it, Anyway, that's my opinion on that particular paperwork, and that's where I stand. In any event, Chronicles 2 is well underway. I'm getting to the Chris Casparosa part, and I know he's writing his own book. I forgot what he said the name of it was, Imperfect Gangsters or something. I'm going to be putting my opinion in there, and he can email me if he wants to make a statement. I will definitely add it in. I don't suppose he does, because he's writing his own thing, so that's fine. But I'm going to be fair and give him the opportunity to say his piece as well if he wants to. If not, that's fine. And hopefully have it ready by Christmas. Okay. This isn't going to be a long one because stand-up guy's going on. No, I don't think I've blocked anyone, have I? No, I don't block people. Hang on, I'm trying to give people back their wrenches. I don't know what the hell happened here. A lot of people's wrenches were got. I don't think it has anything to do with StreamYards, does it? I doubt it. Right? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that's my opinion of it. That's where I am with it, and I think it's only fair if you're going to accuse him of that, then let people know what the outcome was, what was the ultimate thing, and if you're saying that the FBI and those people just made it go away because he ratted, then investigate. Who did he rat on? What did he rat about? uh, was it that important enough that the FBI are going to overlook kiddie porn and child molestation? Because I don't know what happens here in America with that, but I read the British newspaper every day, and I was reading, I've come across several articles where they found, these dirty old perverts in the middle of nowhere, downloading kiddie porn, and they've got these like rings where they send each other pictures and stuff like that. Hold on, let me grab a drop of water. Where they send each other pictures and stuff like that. And I don't. This was years ago that this is supposed to have taken place. So I don't know what the technology was then, but I know now our police or our cybercrime unit, they have a way of looking what you're looking at without even coming to your house. And what they did, they found dirty old perverts in the middle of nowhere looking at crap. And they were usually married men, nice family, nice house. And then they knock on the door and arrest them, and drag them in, drag them out, and they're crying, oh, I don't know what I was looking at. Yeah, they have a way now. If you're downloading that crap and exchanging stuff, they have a way of looking at it. Back then, I've no idea what the technology was, but he did say, I think, that they took his computers and they forensically went through them. So obviously nothing was found, right? So anyway, I that's where I am with it. I don't no, I don't think it's right to try, let your hatred of someone get in the way of what happened here, and the outcome at least. Because the outcome wasn't favorable to you, that's not his fault. That's the outcome, because he obviously didn't do anything wrong, or he wouldn't be walking around now, would he? And quite honestly, I don't think he'd be walking around Rhode Island. People knew that or thought that about him. That's my opinion. So anyway, let me go to the chat a little bit and then I'll get off, because I know Sons of Italy is coming. Not Sons of Italy. What's his name? Stand Up Guys coming on. And okay, so all right. Let me see. Okay. Okay. He's unbalanced. Who? Oh, I'm not sure who you're referring to there. I don't know who that is. That's somebody messing about, I would imagine. Okay. Yeah. Hi, David. I haven't seen you in a good while. Okay. White Mike says, if you're going to say someone did that, it's got to be 100%. This is nothing but accusations. And if his computer had that. Yeah, exactly, White Mike. Exactly. I mean, there's no hiding it. There would be no hiding it at all. All right. Okay, Maddie. I think that Nick guy forgot to shut his camera off and got caught with it. Did he really? No. Okay. Kim Unbalanced, what change has shown? He now asked me to cease and desist talking to a certain someone. Yeah. Yeah, totally, Heidi. There was no findings, so I don't know why it's every day this pedo. It's ridiculous. I'm 100% convinced that people will not. Yeah, yeah. Well, we've been saying that for years. Hi, DJ Mandingo. How are you doing? Okay, it was a complaint that was open and closed. Exactly. I mean, that tells you right there, doesn't it? I mean, that should be enough. Did I give Scottish Deborah? Do you have a? Let me see. Let me see. Let me get down here a little bit. Oh, hang on. Oh, crap. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get my head around this flaming restream. It's very different, let me tell you. Oh, Teresa Murphy. Yeah. We do, Teresa. I'm just looking. I was looking for Charles. I thought I gave him one, didn't I? Oh, maybe not. All right. Okay, so yeah. All right. Okay, it's amazing that a lot of predators who get busted by YouTube catchers and they use weak phones, no encryption, those phones are very easy to break, that cops have not busted them. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, yeah, but I've seen a lot of those, especially in England, it happens a lot where, they're able to see what you're doing without even coming to your house, and they get a lot of years in England for that crap. So, I don't know what the situation is here, and yeah, Deborah's right. It's sick, especially when you're not saying what the outcome is because you don't like what the outcome was. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, what is this? Why isn't Maureen calling out Kasparosa for making accusations with no proof? She does it with everyone else. I don't know. I thought she did. No, I don't know. I haven't really been, dead on it, but I watched most of his show last night and disagreed with him quite a bit on there, but I didn't comment. Yes, Marie took down the real Al Capone. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, Michael Sasso. Who's that? Michael Sascio broadcast will be on right after grocery show at 7 p.m. Okay, so we've got a couple of minutes and then I will get off. I'm not trying to, that's why I did it a little early as well, because I saw he was going to be on at 7. So, okay, XXX, he's driving, so he's got to keep his eyes on the road. No, Sons of Italy isn't blocked, is he? I don't think so. No, I can see him. He's not blocked. Let's see. Okay. Cletus for a year always says I'm JC despite chatting with him in chats. That would mean I'm chatting to myself. Listen, White Mike, people have done that. Some of these people, oh my God, Yeah. Yeah, I hope so, David Cameron, because I'm really trying to push this. Oh, hey, Angel. How are you doing? I'll talk about, okay, yeah, I'm going to try and catch your show tonight. I've had so much going on these last few weeks, but now I can kind of get back to business. So I'm gonna. What time you're coming on at 9:15? So I've set my notification because I'm gonna. I'll be watching that one. Yeah. One thing I did want to say though about the pizza situation. Double check your moderating wrenches. Okay, I will. I will after the show and make sure. Yeah, I don't. Is somebody blocking somebody? People? No, I can see Sons of Italy, so he's not blocked at all. Yeah, and I personally don't block anyone. I don't, unless they're a real asshole. I will, but I generally don't because I'm concentrating on talking as opposed to whatever. What was I saying for yeah, I was gonna watch Angel's show tonight. Oh, I know. I was gonna say one thing about Tony Pizza. I caught a bit of what had happened is after that show where everybody was screaming and carrying on. I knew Angel was going to take that down because she always does. With all the cussing and carrying on, she doesn't like that on her channel. So I knew it would come down. But in the morning when I got up, my phone was blowing up. Oh, go watch the show. Go watch the show. That everyone was screaming and carrying on. So let me see. Okay, Scottish Deborah says she thinks that was a fake Sons that was removed from the chat earlier. Yeah, I mean, if you see anybody fake mods, just get rid of them, please. Anyway, so when I went to look, it was already down. So during this period, Tony Pizza had been calling me, and when he originally called me, I was at work, I couldn't answer. And when I got home, I needed to, I have stuff to do other than this. So, I hadn't answered him right away. And when I did speak to him, he said that, it was basically a shit fest. He said, but he had recorded it live while he was on Angel's show. I think that's what he said. So he said, go look at my show and then you'll hear basically what happened. So I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch it all, to be fair. But I did hear, and I'm not sure in what capacity it was now, because it was a couple of days ago. Hi, Krumel. How are you? It was a couple of days ago. And what happened is I heard somebody say, I'm not sure who it was, something about this Baker Act, the Baker Act thing, that there was never a Baker Act put on him. There actually was. Well, there wasn't a Baker Act put on him. Let me take that back. Johnny Mac did want to Baker Act him because at that time, me and Tony Pizza were going at it. And I was talking to Johnny Mac back then. And he said he was trying to get the Baker Act on him. But what happened is when he spoke to whoever it is you talk to, I don't know who does Baker Acts, but what they told him was he had to be a relative. Not anybody can just go and get a Baker Act. It has to be a relative or something like that before they'll even, entertain it. So he wasn't able to get a Baker Act, but he did try. So, that's where, that's what Tony Pizza was talking about. He really did try to get him Baker Acted, whatever the hell that is. I think they keep you for a couple of days, do they? I'm not sure. They call it something else here, 51 or something. I forget the name of it now. But, yeah, so that, he was right when he was saying that. Is what I'm trying to say. Johnny Mac did try and get him Baker Acted, but and I think Johnny Mac has said it on live. I'm not sure. Yeah, Angel has a. I know she needs to teach us patience and how to make pot pie for real. He lied. Sons never said he was. Oh, what? Oh, God. Oosh. Oh, God. Well, I guess right now he's in New York, is he? I thought I saw a picture of him in New York. I guess he's on his way to Stand Up Guy's house. So prepare yourself, Stand Up Guy. Okay. Savillon. Oh, that's okay, Crimel. I thought you had one before. I'm trying to give people back that had one. I don't know what happened. I didn't remove them. But then I don't, I haven't done lives in such a long time. Maybe, who the hell knows? But I'm trying to give them, where I see people that had one. I thought I gave, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, that's it. I don't have too much else to say. I'm just going through the chat right quick. If anyone has something to say. Yeah, that's it. 5150, that's what it is. Yeah. That's what they call it here, not Baker Act. So it's the same type thing where they think you're nuts, and they keep you for a couple of days or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm out if this is a pizza. Oh, shut up, Cletus. It's not a pizza bash. Like I said, I'm not getting involved in their argument. All right? They'll be friends again in a couple of months and act like this didn't happen. I've seen it happen, 2 or 3 times already with those two. So, no, I'm not getting involved in that. Not at all. They'll be all right again down the road. If not now, down the road they will. It's not a pizza bash. I was just saying Tony was right when he was on Angels and he was talking about the Baker Act. I mean, as far as, Johnny Mac did try to get him Baker Acted, but he was unable to because he's not a relative or, whatever it is you got to be to get someone, Baker Acted. That's what I was saying. So that's where he got that from. But, as for the rest of it, they're 2 big boys. I think they can sort it out between them, can't they? So there we go. Oh, Men in White Coats, it's called here. Yeah, Deb, it is, isn't it? They're coming to take me away. Ha ha, hee, ho, ho. Do you remember that? Who was that? Was that Monty Python? I can't remember. They used to have the Men in White Coats and the guy would be singing, "They're coming to take me away. Ha ha, hee, hee, ho, ho." Carol says, look at the document. It has towards the top, no crime involved. Do you know, Carol, I was going to mention that, but I thought maybe I was overreaching or maybe I was looking for stuff. But that's one of the first things that I noticed was the font. Now, if you look at if you look at most, I've seen, police documents before, and they're usually all in the same font. What I thought was unusual about this particular document was, at the bottom where they put firearms / child pornography was in bold black. And then Chris had put like a red circle around it. Not that you needed the red circle because the rest of the document was kind of faint. There was a couple, at the top of it, when there was a list that was also in bold black, but the rest of the document was fairly faint. And I did think that myself. I thought, well, why is the font different? Why would they change the font? That didn't make sense to me. From other, documents that I've seen, I've never seen them change the font in the middle of a form in that way. You know what I mean? Especially when it came to the actual charges. A lot of the time you can barely read the freaking charges, can you? So I did think that. That's funny you should say that. Hi there, haha, let's plan a chicken pot pie trip. Yes. I'm going to have her make one and send it in one of those, what is it called? You know, those bags, those ice baggy things. I'm dying to taste it. I love chicken pot pie. I like beef pot. I love pot pies. Yeah, it wouldn't need meat. You know, I don't know. But prepare yourself, stand-up guy, prepare yourself. He showed a picture of the New York skyline, so I guess he's down the road. I don't know. I haven't heard from him at all. Well, last time, you know, I spoke to him a couple of days ago, and he said he was getting a train or a bus or something or another, you know, so... I thought 302s were... Well, yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know. But, you know, again, if there's like 200 pages that are sealed, why would they leave one out? Was that an accident? I don't think so. You know, I don't know. Oh, I already put that. Pizza, where you at? Meet BK. Oh, yeah. Oh, not BK. Oh, my God. Fake screenshots and videos. Dog. What? I don't know what that means. Everyone hit the like. Yeah, please. Everybody hit the like. And listen, I'm going to get off now. And stand-up guy's about to come on in a few minutes. And thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you all very soon. I'm doing something this weekend on the other channel. I've got to update you on Chantal, Foodie Beauty. I've got to update you on her. It's oh my God, this girl, you know. So anyway, okay, all right. Love my, it says shut up and goes off. I know, but I've been good lately. I'm trying to be good, you know. I'm really trying to be good. But all right, well, I'm going to get off here. Please, anyone that hasn't signed the petition, the link is in the description. Anybody wants to donate, please donate. You know, if you can't, but no worries. You know, what I'm doing, I'm going to leave it up as long as humanly possible to get as many you know, signatures as I can to present to YouTube in the first place, because I think it's more than time they practice their own terms of service. You know what I mean? I mean, they take people's channels, they remove people's videos that are nothing compared to what we put up with on here. I've never seen anything like it. You know, it's insane. Literally, I mean, oh my God, no, it's time that, hang on, who would you say? Oh, hey, Maureen, I'll probably get blocked for this. 2 separate individuals filed FOIAs and received the exact same paperwork. How can it be doctored? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Look, MRE said it was doctored. I don't know if it was doctored or not. But even if it wasn't, let's say it's not doctored, Maureen, right? At the top of that page, it says no crime involved. It's not signed by anybody. And it just seems to have been just left there in the wind. I mean, you have to like acknowledge that. Let's say it wasn't doctored. You know, that's just what's being said. MRE said it's doctored. You know, people think it was doctored. I don't know. I don't know what they look like. I'm just going on what I was looking in front of me. I thought it was suspicious that it wasn't signed and that it says no crime involved. So let's say it's for real. Let's say it's for real. What was the outcome then? You know, and I think that's a fair question. It's a fair question. You're not going to be blocked for that. No, you're entitled to your opinion. you know. Not saying it's doctored, just possibly an error. There's that too. There are many reasons why that thing is like that. Medical records would be sealed, and if someone did give them to him, well, yeah, because of the HIPAA, you know, they can't give out people's medical records, not at all. You know, maybe, yeah, I guess you will find out, Maureen. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, Maureen's thorough when she does her, you know, investigations. So, no, you're not going to get blocked for giving your opinion, you know. Thank you, Il Toro. Good to see you. Okay. All right, let me get off of here so stand-up guy can come on. Everybody take care, and I'll see you all very soon. This weekend, check out my other channel, Just Josie. I'm going to do a Chantal update. There's so much to do on that. You're going to, for those of you that have followed it, I haven't done anything on a while, but it's just unbelievable what's been going on with her. Anyway, and if anything comes up in the meantime, I might do a live on here too. All right, so I'll see you all in Angels chat. I'll have a look at Stand Up Guy in a minute too and say hey. And